Hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Made in Midlothian Sunday Support Sessions. So, tonight we are going to be interviewing Tom Cooper, who's a furniture designer and wood turner of 20 years. So, he works down in New Battle Abbey in his studio, and we're getting him on to see how he became a success and how he did what he's doing with some sort of hints and a nice little Q&A. You can ask questions. So, if you're watching for the first time, you're on Made of Midlothian. We are a local community arts community interest company, all dedicated to supporting and exploring the creative arts in Midlothian. So we do all different things, including concerts and paid opportunity for artists, as well as lots of volunteer work and sessions like this. So if you are watching this on a different stream, I've got this shared to my studio page. I've got it shared to our makers group. So if you're watching on a different stream, pop over to the Made in Midlothian page and you can comment there and I will see your comments. If you're watching live, say hi. It'd be lovely to know you're there. And yes, so if you like this, we've also got a fundraiser on at the moment. I've left a link. All these sessions are free. We do this all free of charge. And we do have funding that we pay artists with, but the fundraiser funding is great because it means we can do things straight away and unrestricted. So it'd be fantastic. If you can't, just like, comment, share on our posts. It all really helps, and it helps us know what's going well. So I am Renee Bell, and I run Yellow Door Studios. I was doing these support sessions before, talking about the things we can do to get ourselves online and how we can help our businesses through these really, really tough times. And I got sick of waffling on. So I've now recruited other people to come on and tell us a little bit about what they think has made them successful and things like that. So we are going to bring Tom Cooper on. Was there anything else I was meant to say? Oh, I was meant to say a little bit about me. That's right. I always skip past that. So I run Yellow Door Studio. It's a small home pottery studio. And I am also a founder and director of Made in Midlothian. So this, all started crazily and has grown arms and legs, and now I'm one of many, which is amazing. But let's get back to Tom, because we've listened to me waffle on for like 6 weeks, 6 Sundays in a row. So everybody, welcome on Tom Cooper. Hi, Tom. He's there. How are you doing?
Not too bad, not too bad. How you doing, Renee?
Oh, not too bad. Have you had a good weekend?
Yeah. Not too bad. It's been all right. It's had a day off today, so makes a change from being down in the workshop
A
and
real day off.
a real day off. Yes, aye.
Except not because you're here, and this is kind of working, isn't it?
it is kind of, but yeah, a day off for me is quite a rarity. So yeah, it's good to spend time with the kids. So
Nice. And you've got two wee ones, don't you? Two wee girls?
yes, two little girls.
Yeah, who are watching
Kate.
tonight, I believe.
I think so, yes. Katie and Heidi. They've been really good during all this. It's been quite entertaining homeschooling them. It's been had its ups and
Fun
downs,
times.
but all in all, it's been pretty good. It's been they've been
Yeah.
really good kids throughout all this. So I'm quite fortunate to
Oh, brilliant.
have such lovely children.
So we shouldn't be talking about your children, should we? We should be talking about business, down to business. So
Yeah.
do you want to tell us a little bit about Tom Cooper Furniture and what's he
Um,
do?
Well, I design and make bespoke furniture, handcrafted solid timber furniture. It's all my own designs. I sort of take from initial drawing concepts all the way through to technical drawings, scale models, and full-size prototypes, and then produce the real piece of furniture. Been doing this, so set up in business down in New Battle Abbey in 2004. And business has just gone from strength to strength, and
That's amazing.
still is doing quite well.
So what's your clientele like? Can you tell us a little bit about the sort of jobs that you do and what keeps you in business?
Oh, I get a huge variety of different jobs. A lot of it, I mean, when I first started out, it tended to be just a lot of joinery work. So There wasn't anything too sort of creative, and it was just starting out just to sort of make ends meet. But then as I started to evolve designs and products, more and more people came to me, looking for my particular design of furniture. And now a lot of clients come to me with kind of a blank sketchbook, and they just say, go create. We like your style. So they'll say, I'm looking for a console table, I'm looking for a dining table, I'm looking for a sideboard or a full kitchen, and just, yeah, let me sort of free
So
reign create. Sorry.
sorry, I just had a moment for myself there. So if we came to you and said we really want a gaming table that has enough space for our board games and some nice little places to put our drinks and
Yep.
lifts
Yep.
up so you don't hurt your back.
Yep, I could do that. So I would sit down and sketch out ideas for you and show them to you, and I would just sort of work through. So there is a big sort of um, connection with clients and working through the designs and the ideas, and bouncing ideas off, and that's quite nice because it makes it very um, personal to the client, and it makes it their own sort of piece of furniture, as much as my piece of furniture. So they have quite a lot of input into it, in sort of working
Yeah.
out ideas and the look and stuff. So, um,
So
but
have you been busy through lockdown?
yeah, I have. I've not stopped.
I
So I mean, I can't. Of
thought you
course,
might have.
yeah, no. Well, the great thing about having a workshop down at New Battle Abbey on my own, is that I've not been restricted at all. So I've still been working
Yeah.
away. I've been working on quite a large project, which I started before lockdown, which is 17 desks for a big office down in London. So that's
Oh,
quite a
wow.
heavy commission, that is. I'm just coming to the end of it after
Yeah.
about 4 or 5 months. So yeah, I'll be glad to see the back of it, to be honest. So because it's really tedious. Um, Even though my work, my everybody thinks woodworking is such a glamorous occupation, and they think, oh, it's so creative, and it's so wonderful to do. But there is a lot of times where you are just for like weeks sanding, or just weeks just processing timber through machines and stuff, and it's just, oh, it's soul destroying, it really is. So, but the upside is that you
Well,
do get a lot of that creativity there, on other projects. So
yeah. So, you're there now. Where did you start? How did you get started?
yeah, interesting story, that one. um right, let's go into the depths of time. Let's go back a bit. um I went to Edinburgh Art College and did a degree in furniture design, where I learned absolutely nothing apart from the 6 P's. The 6 P's was, prior preparation prevents piss poor performance. That's the only thing I
Yeah.
learned from college. So I then went to
Well, if you could
work.
teach it to me, that would be great.
Yeah, um, I worked for local timber yard, Lawson's Timber, after that, after college. And then I put out CVs to loads of companies looking for an apprenticeship, and nothing came back apart from one guy who said, I've got bench space in my workshop. Um, you can rent it. So that kind of, I just took the leap of
Wow.
faith and just jumped to setting up my own business in 2004, and kind of never looked back since. Then 8 years ago, he moved on, and I bought all the equipment and took over the lease on the workshop, and so made the workshop my own. And yeah, that's kind of been
Wow.
it, really.
So really just worked into it.
Yeah, yeah.
So did you fall immediately in love with it then, or was it the design, or what really drew you in?
Well, I was always at art college, always very much into 3D and just creating things with my hands. And even from as a little boy, always making model aircraft, and just making things with my hands. Um, so I was going to do sculpture, but then my father said,
Yeah.
look here, son, you'll never make any money doing that. So the furniture was kind of more of a commercial outlet for my sculpture. So the furniture I tend to see as useful sculpture. Um, I don't think I
Yep.
immediately fell in love with it. It kind of evolved as the projects lent themselves to more creativity. So it's kind of been in
And
the
as you got
last,
better, I assume as well.
yeah,
Or,
yeah, yeah, because I
yeah.
had to teach myself a lot of the skills. I didn't have
Mm.
that skill set when I started out, so I kind of just had to sort of learn on the job, really. Um,
So it's
so,
amazing the similarities I'm finding here to the pottery. It's
oh
brilliant.
right, yeah,
Yeah. Um, so do you feel but what is different is it not the lathe that drew you there?
no,
Surely it's the lathe. Oh, the
no,
lathe. Oh, no, how can
no,
it
it
not
wasn't
be
the
the
lathe.
lathe? It's like
No, well
wonderfully
that,
meditative and like pottery throwing. It's the wheel that
well,
means I'm
exactly, yeah. I because we share a similar sort of kindred feel for
things going round and round.
yeah, I think so. Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't know, it's
just watching things
almost
go round and round and round.
hypnotic, isn't it? It's sort of yeah,
It's wonderfully hypnotic.
yeah.
I'm
Aye.
amazed that
Um
wasn't the reason you got into it in the first place.
no, I only started woodturning about 6 years ago. Um and
Oh, really?
it was a break from the furniture making. So, because the furniture
Ah,
making is very precise, it's very accurate, it takes a very high level of concentration, um,
yeah,
and it's very almost controlling. Everything has to be millimeter perfect. But in the wood turning, you just get a big lump of wood, stick it on a lathe, and see what happens. Um,
yeah,
so
yeah. So many similarities. That's
a
my
bit
favorite
like
thing to do with a giant lump of clay.
exactly,
I
and
don't have to actually make a dinner set that all matches, and
yeah,
yeah,
so you've got a vague idea in your head, sort of what you're going to make, but it's quite nice how the material kind of evolves and um, plays a part in the creativity. So,
yeah,
I mean, I don't know if you
yeah,
get
and
this
letting
with the
it see where
clay.
it's going to go to versus having to force it into the
Yeah,
thing you want it to be.
because I'll
Yeah,
find a grain pattern or a knot or something in the wood when turning, and kind of will change the shape of the piece halfway through. So, but also I don't know if you find this with the clay is that when you let with the wood when you let it dry, it takes on another shape because if you turn it wet, you can
oh
then it
yes.
dries and morphs into something else, and sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, it's quite
Yeah,
interesting. So,
yeah, absolutely. The drying issues are the bane, and cracks. Oh, the cracking.
oh
Do,
crack,
do turned pieces ever crack?
oh god, yeah, all the time, all the time, all the
All
time. It's
right. Oh,
terrible
that's a
for it.
thing too.
Yeah. But sometimes what I do is create a design feature with the crack. So I'll maybe sort of
Yeah.
carve a shape around the crack and then sort of resin fill that, or I'll maybe leave the crack and then put stitching across it, or
It's
yeah.
kind of
So
hilarious because it's we've got a name for that in ceramics. It's kintsugi. It's Japanese art of melding things back together with gold.
right,
You
okay,
essentially do the same thing with wood. That's brilliant.
yeah. So you kind
And
of
people charge twice as much for it once they do it too.
well exactly yes, right, that's it.
Yeah. I should say
Yeah.
we've got a whole bunch of people here that we should say hi to as well. We've got
Oh right.
Rachel and Alison and Anne Marie and another Alison Cooper. Is that your other half?
That's my lovely wife. Yes. Hello. How you
Oh,
doing,
hello,
everybody?
Alison. Thank you for letting us steal Tom for the night. It's great. I'm realizing we're waffling on. I was like, we'll keep it to 20 minutes. We'll be good. And we're cracking through that 20 minutes already.
We are, yeah.
So we
Ooh.
have some tips. So I had a question here was what did you say yes to that you wish you hadn't? Is there a job or a thing that you thought, yeah, I'll go for that. It'll be great. And went, oh gosh, it was the biggest
I,
mistake.
I can hear Alison shouting down the stairs at the moment, saying, "Those damn desks!" Um,
Brilliant.
yes,
Is it the
the
desk?
project I'm working on at the moment, the 17 solid oak desks.
Yeah.
I call it desk damnation. So
Nice.
because it's 17 all the same, and it's
Yeah.
because you'll know, being a creative person, doing the same thing day in day out just bores you to tears, and this one has just really bored me to tears and just
Yeah.
really played with my head. But
It's
it's good
okay if you
money.
can go in and do the same thing in a day. You can
Oh
handle
yeah,
it for but
but when you're doing it for
that's for
months on
months.
end, months on end. Oh, it's insane.
Yeah.
I resented the project so much that I left a little message for my clients in a false drawback, a secret compartment in one of the drawer boxes.
That's
And
brilliant.
it basically read, "Damn you, Brown, and your desks." Um,
That's fantastic.
with an engraving of a finger giving the bird. Um,
Oh, that is brilliant. One day I intend to own a very nice sideboard of yours. I've got thoughts and all sorts. I really hope there's a secret message in it somewhere.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's going to be like the absolute. It has to have a secret message. That's like, even if it does give you the bird,
yeah.
still
Well, I did one for
the ultimate.
another client. I did a massive wardrobe for a lady, and one of the units was going into an old Edinburgh press. So the wardrobe, sort of, when I was working on it, it was like about a meter deep. And when I was working on it, I was like, God, this is like going into Narnia. So I got the idea into my head to engrave on the back panel of the wardrobe a lion and a witch. So it was a lion and a witch in a wardrobe. Um,
Oh, that's brilliant.
I then carried on the theme throughout the wardrobe and put a small Mr. Tumnus into one of the resin details, and got some fake Turkish delight made up and put it in one of the drawers. Um, I then, a couple of years later, did another set of wardrobes for and carried on the theme with Alice in Wonderland. And so I made little doors in the back of the wardrobes. When you open the door, there was the Mad Hatter and the Cheshire Cat. So interesting
Oh,
little
that's
details.
fantastic.
Yeah, it makes it quite sort of interesting, and the customers love it. The customers think that's really sort of quirky and
Yeah,
really quite
yeah, I can
different.
imagine so. I would
Yeah,
totally
yeah,
love that.
yeah.
So one of your hints would be nice little quirky extras. Make it
For
original and
Yeah,
personal.
well, the thing
Yeah.
is to get your work so it's got a real distinctive style, and it stands out from everybody else. So
Yeah.
having that theme throughout your work. So mine is very much sort of nature inspired and organic sort of shape. So lots of curves and fluid lines and stuff, which you don't tend to get in a lot of furniture, because when you start getting curves, it gets complicated. But for me, that's the challenge, and
Yeah, I
that's
can
it's
imagine.
yeah. You start putting curved elements to any bit of furniture, and it's just like, oh my word, how are you going to do this? How is this all going to meet? And it just gets really, really
Yeah,
complicated.
yeah. All the angles have to be, even the chair behind you on your
Yeah.
banner, the
Oh,
angles
hang on,
all
should I
have to
move?
be.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you
Yeah.
think about that, that's a lot. Yeah.
It's got to be very carefully calculated, and there's a lot of trial and error, fitting and head scratching, and very, very careful, sort of
Yeah.
carving of the wood. So,
Yeah.
but that's
It's
what makes it exciting.
beautiful. I love your work. It is absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
I
Thank you very
have
much.
I have lots more questions for you, but I think we should skip forward a little bit. I would like to add, if anybody has any questions for Tom, please pop them on now. Speak now, forever hold your peace. What have you ever wanted to know about Tom? Go on. Alison, play nice. It's all sorry. There's Alison Hush here as well. Alison Cooper, play nice.
Oh, right, yeah, Alison Cooper.
Right,
Yes, Alison Cooper. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So, well, I'll carry on, but I think we should really go for what is your top tip for building a career in craft?
Well, as I said before, building a distinctive style, and
Yeah,
being passionate about it, and keep pushing it. Keep showing it to people. To be honest, anything in the craft sector, when you're creating physical things, people need to see it in the flesh. So we craft fairs, we events with
maybe not the
Nickelodeon
best time for
makers.
that.
Not at the moment, no, no. Unfortunately, it's not. But obviously, if customers can come down to your studio by appointment, I think you can let one customer in at a time, um,
Yeah,
to view work. Then, but it's just keep working at it.
but it's
It
kind of about making
is,
that connection with them, isn't it? And
yeah,
sort of building that rapport, or yeah,
yeah.
because you've got a lot of return customers and sort of
Yes, a hell of a lot of
yeah,
return customers. Yeah. I think
yeah,
also having a story behind it as well. So often my customers quite like knowing where the tree has come from, knowing where the materials
yeah,
come from. So it's not just an inanimate object. It's not like you're buying something off Amazon where there's thousands, millions churned out. You're buying something very individual, and if it's got a story behind it, that makes it even more special. So, um,
yeah. That's a
it,
lot of the things that I've said, and yeah,
it's
hit
standing
a lot
out.
of my points of yeah,
Yeah, it's
um,
standing out from the crowd. I think that's the big thing, and then building up
yeah,
that style of your work that
yeah. That's
people
the
will
bit I'm lacking
recognize.
in. I'm all over the place.
That
Me
sometimes
personally,
Sometimes, yeah, no, a lot
yeah,
of people I know are like that as well, and they jump from one idea to another idea and stuff. So it's keeping the
yeah.
focus. Um,
I think
so
it's partly for me anyway. I felt like I needed to do everything to be good at it, and actually, what I really should do business wise is, you know, find a thing and do it. And
yes, because the
yeah,
public, if you become too eclectic in your style, the public get confused, and your buying public will go, well, what is it? They can only focus on one specific sort of style or item. So, um, yeah, I think
yeah,
focusing in on one particular area tends to sort of help. So,
yeah. I've said that sort of when you're marketing things, if the more people have questions, they see a beautiful thing and they have questions of where it's made and who made it and what it
yeah,
is and what I do with it, and the more of those you can continually answer, yeah,
mm,
um, the better. And if you've got a style, you've answered that already in
yeah.
a few different ways. Anyway, I should go back to Rachel Archibald has said, "Do you advertise much? And if so, how do you do it?"
I used to advertise, so I used to advertise in magazines and yellow pages, but I don't anymore because it never worked. I think the key with
Mm,
advertising in newspapers and magazines and stuff, you have to constantly do it and you have to continually do it sort of month in, month out. But that gets really expensive. So I just
yeah,
advertise on Facebook, Instagram, and most of my work is word of mouth. Um, the other good thing is leaving brochures in local shops and in galleries. So a lot of my advertising now is done through galleries. So a lot of my work is sold in about 4 different galleries throughout Scotland. So if you can get in with a gallery, that's a quite good because they are effectively your shop window, but they do
yeah,
take
yeah.
heavy commissions. So they can take anything up to
It's always the
50% commission.
drawback, isn't it?
Yes, but
Yeah,
I tend to see the galleries as more of a form of advertising and showing my work rather than actually a source of revenue. So
Okay, that's quite interesting. But yeah, I do remember you saying to me a long time ago. I came down and did I see you at the? Yeah, I came down and saw you at the
Can get
workshop, and you did
yeah,
say that you stopped doing business cards. Business cards just get thrown away, and you handed me a beautiful pamphlet and
yeah,
sort of a threefold, and you said it was worth every penny to go for it,
yeah.
and that taking yourself seriously was something that you said to me that was really resonated, and sort of that going for it properly, and and you got
It's
your studio. Yeah,
well, I didn't have much choice to. I had to go for it 24/7 because the outlay
yeah.
for a furniture maker is, I mean, currently all my items in the workshop is up to about £40,000. That's what it's insured for. So you outlay a lot of money for machines and for stock and equipment. I mean, I think I've got about £4,000 worth of clamps. So when you've got that sort
Wow.
of money outlaid, you have to make the money and pay the bills, and so you have to do it 24/7. I've seen furniture makers trying to do it part time. Um, it doesn't really work. You have to just
Mm,
keep plugging at it, and um, it's hard. It is really hard. It's not easy at all.
yeah.
But if you do
Yeah,
keep
I think
plugging at it,
you'd said about working all the hours.
yeah, I mean, I can be working some weeks a sort of 70-hour week, 12 hours a day. So, which I apologize to my dear wife. Sorry, Alison.
And thank you for letting us drag you away on a Sunday evening to
Yes,
do even
yes,
more work.
yes, thank you.
um, we should probably wrap that up there. I mean, I did have a whole pile more questions, but they were just in case we didn't get chatting.
All right, okay, okay. Yeah, sorry, I probably dribbled on too
That
much.
was
I
never going
beg
to
your
happen, was it?
pardon.
No, no, it's been great. It is everybody's last chance to ask you something. Quick, type it up now. Um, but if nobody chimes in, just looking at my sheet going, what else did I have to say? Um, oh, if people want to see more of your work, where should they go?
So my website is www.tcfinefurniture.co.uk. So you can see some of my work there on my Facebook page, Tom Cooper Fine Furniture, and Instagram, Tom Cooper Fine Furniture. And you're more than welcome to come down to the workshop, but please do phone to make an appointment beforehand, and you can see some of my work in there. But at the moment, it's full of desks. So if you like desks, come down to the workshop and come see some desks. But otherwise,
Don't say that. They'll buy more desks.
oh right, good point actually. Yeah. No, no, there's no desks. I don't want to make any more
Not
damn
now. Not
desks.
now.
No, no, no.
What desks?
Give me a year or so.
Where did you
So
hear I made desks?
let me go through my occupational therapy first for desks, and then I have got some bowls actually that I've uh, uh, on the shelves in the workshop at the moment. So, but yeah.
Nice.
So
And your bowls are beautiful. We've posted some pictures of your work in the event. You're welcome to put some more in. That is Kathy saying thank you very much, and please share your links in the comments, which I was actually going to ask you to do, which is
right,
brilliant. So just pop them into the comments on the page.
yep, okay.
Yep, cool. That's brilliant. So Alana's asking for desks. I think
On the
Lucy's
desk,
having a good chuckle about your desks. You know,
is
you're going to
she?
get a whole bunch of people like messaging you now.
I
I
know
heard you
exactly.
sell
Yeah.
desks.
No, no more desks. Um, I was going to say you
Oh,
can.
your wonderful wife is putting all your links in for you. Isn't that kind? You got
Oh,
a good
bless
one there.
her. Oh, thank you very much. That's good of her. I was going to say you can also see my work at the White Fox Gallery in Coldstream. They've got a new exhibition just opening because they're back open again.
I was going to say, actually opening, like in
Actually
real
opening,
life.
yes, they're actually open in real
Oh,
life.
exciting.
I think you have to make an appointment to go down, or they're allowing one or two people to go in or something. So, because they've got all the social distancing things set up and hand sanitizers
Yeah.
and everything. So they've just launched an exhibition of smaller pieces. So I've done a series of small bowls So this is the cheaper end, so they're under £100.
Oh,
And
wow.
also the White House Gallery as well. They show a lot of my work down in Kubrick, and the Flat Cat Gallery in Lauder. And there's one in London as well, but that's maybe a bit of a trek.
A little bit far.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So thank you so much for coming online, Tom. It was absolutely
Thanks
brilliant
very
talking
much.
to you.
Yeah, no, it's been really
Yeah,
good. No,
and
thanks very much for inviting me.
yeah, we'll be in touch for the next thing I can hit you up for.
Yeah, okay, cool, no
Once you
problem.
start Made in Midlothian, you got to watch out.
I know, that's it.
You'll get roped in.
You've got your claws into me now. I mean, like, you bring the lathe down and get me to do demonstrations. No, I won't be bringing the lathe down because it's over a ton of metal. So.
Oh, I did
Sorry.
get somebody to bring a lathe to one of our events.
Oh, right, one of the
It was a
little
tabletop
miniature.
one.
There's tabletop one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
on our launch.
I
Yeah.
can't do what I do on the tabletop ones, unfortunately. So just be done to wood.
We won't make you do that. I mean, I
No, no.
might hit you up for a shot for myself.
Oh, well, yeah. You want to
You
come
can
down?
throw
You
a
want to?
pot. We can trade.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. So in a couple of months' time, you can come and turn a bowl, and then I'll come and throw a pot. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, yeah. That'd be...
Well, I think we should really be honest about this and say I can attempt to make a bowl and you can attempt to make a pot.
Well, that's it. I'll probably just make
I
a
can
big
imagine it's the
gooey
same as
mess.
pottery throwing. Yeah. Yeah. You'll
Yeah,
make a
yeah,
bucket of sludge for me and
yeah.
I'll make a bunch of wood shavings.
You'll make a pile of sawdust, and I'll make a butter slug. Right, sounds good. Yeah, yeah. Excellent. Good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Deal. Done. Thank you very much, Tom.
Right.
Good
Cheers, Renee.
night.
Take care. Good night. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
All right, guys. Thank you, everyone, so much for watching. Avril's saying it's really interesting, and thank you. Brilliant. I hope it's been helpful. Please do say. It's always lovely to know. Next week we've got Susan Cohen coming on. So Susan is a publisher and an author at the WeBook Company, and she's also a fabulous lady who does lots of networking and all that jazz. So we're going to talk to her a bit about networking and why it's important and what you get out of it. And yeah, we'll see you next week. If you like what you see, please consider donating to fundraiser. Everything we put on is put on for free right now because we feel it's a time where creatives are really struggling without craft fairs. So everything we're putting on for free. If you can donate even just a couple of quid, it helps so much to get our fundraiser a higher profile as well. So it's not just about how much. If you can't donate though, please don't feel you have to. You can like, comment, share. How we are doing everything right now is through that sort of information. So we obviously can't come and get live feedback from you. So that's kind of how we're working out what you like and what you want to see. So please do like, comment, and share anything you like, and it will really help. And I will see you next week live. All right. Thanks so much, everybody, for watching. Oh, Anne Marie says thanks, and Lucy Jane is clapping. Thanks, guys. Thanks so much for having me on Made in Midlothian as well. All right. I'll see you next week. Cheers. Bye.